So the Interactive Project Lab. So this was an idea that came to fruition years ago. And when we were starting to build what was then called the Alberta Creative Hub that transitioned into the Calgary Film Centre, one of the pieces that we created as part of our mandate was to ensure that we had the capacity to facilitate and help local producers. And young filmmakers, emerging filmmakers, up-and-coming filmmakers need production money. And to be able to have that capacity to take 6 projects on this year and take 3 of them to production in this year and give 3 of them the capacity to do more development and hopefully potentially taking them into production next year for us is extremely important.
The things that we're doing here today are going to contribute to that growth. It's going to continue to have an impact on telling the stories, the Alberta stories, our stories. So it's amazing to have the opportunity to present these awards today and to talk about how your contributions to that vision and the work that you're doing create and generate the content that is so necessary to tell the Alberta story, continue to tell that. Without further ado, I believe I have the first envelope here.
So we got development financing, which means that we'll probably spend the next year tweaking the script and getting it ready for production, because usually the script you apply with is a lot bigger than what you're going to be able to achieve with the budget. So now it's about kind of chipping it away and making it as strong as it can be.
The funds are able to help us be filmmakers, so we can focus on the project to try and bring the best project that all of us can put that effort in and get it out to the public and hopefully get a reaction from them that's enjoyable, entertaining.
It's so nice having a little bit of breathing room to work on one thing at a time. I'm finding I have to be working on so many projects all the time. It's like kind of exhausting creatively. So I'm just so excited to like really just hunker down and like think about one thing and write the best scripts we can write.
A program like the Project Lab, I think, for independent filmmakers, it's a tough go sometimes. So we have to look to government, we have to look to organizations and programs like the Project Lab, like the Film Centre, in order to fund our films. So it's because it means that they have our back and that they want to support us in the future.
I've been trying to make this project for a while, and so it was like, how am I going to self-fund this? And now the pressure is really, for me as an emerging filmmaker, to have something like the Project Lab. It's immeasurable to know that your local powers that be support you and recognize you. It feels really good. It's very validating.
I'm just so proud of all of you, I have to say. Even though I'm from speaking to all of you to going through the jury process and everything else to be standing here on the stage, I can hardly wait to work with each of you through development to productions.
It's a real honor to be able to develop programming initiatives from the ground up to position the Calgary Film Centre as an all-Alberta asset. The Project Lab, for instance, we had representation from throughout the province, and we are going to work very hard to really elevate the industry as a whole for Alberta.
Incentives here for these types of productions are fantastic. There's opportunities. Telefilm Canada comes into play in many of these projects, and for us, what's really the important component is we're taking Alberta filmmakers and giving them the opportunity to tell their story.